The shot is Carolina. Hey, what do you say?
Talkin Sauce, episode 69.
Nice. Good stuff.
What's up?
Not much,
How
man.
much?
Not much. Father's Day today on the day of recording. So
Shouts out dads.
Shouts out
Shouts
dads
out all
everywhere.
the dads.
Shouts out our dad. Shouts
Yes.
out Jake's dad.
Shouts out all the good dads. Shouts out all the good dads.
Shouts out the
there.
good dads.
You
There's a
know
lot
what
of
I'm
them.
saying?
Yep.
So
Shouts out
that'll
them.
be good. Y'all do anything
Shout out
super
the deadbeats.
special?
Oh, well, our
No,
dad is he's out of town right now on a mountain biking trip, but next
Going
week
to
And
get
we're like, hey,
cigarettes
you
or
want to hang
something?
out this weekend, Dad? He goes, fuck you. I'm going mountain biking.
He's like, I gotta go pick up cigarettes from the store. I'll be right back. And then
Right
back.
But no, next weekend we're having like a cookout at his place. We're gonna cook him good old steak dinner. It'll be a
Nice,
good
dude.
thing.
Nice.
It'll be
What
fun.
about you?
Nice. No, I think going over there today, just hanging out, having a big dinner and all that. So that'd be cool.
Nice.
Cool.
I don't think I'm
Cool.
cooking it, so you guys have that up on me. Shitty
Better
son over here.
sons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Better people, really.
Always.
Always.
What else is going on, dude?
Juneteenth was this past Friday, right? Not
Mhm.
getting that
Today's the
wrong.
21st.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it last Thursday?
It was Friday.
It was Friday? Okay.
No, it
Friday.
was just
Oh.
Friday.
Yeah, okay. I thought I fucked that up. I was like, damn it, bro, we got to restart this whole thing. Can't be fucking that up. No, and you see a lot of businesses starting to using that as a paid holiday and all that. So I think, again, seeing companies and entities put their money where their mouth is in some sense is always
Yeah.
good to see. So
It's a great thing.
Keeping the movement strong,
For sure. Black Lives Matter. Continue to support it. Yeah, I think it's really good that, and call it like call it whatever you want. It's good to see that this isn't just like some weekly trend
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
dying
Yeah.
down. It's definitely something that seems to be sticking with a lot of people. It's a really, really good thing. So shouts out that.
And keep it going.
Yeah, exactly. Don't stop. It also too keep Breonna Taylor's name in the forefront
Oh,
of all
yeah.
this. I feel like that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
one story that's kind of fallen back a little bit. Absolute tragedy. She was straight up murdered in cold blood. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. Let's
And
go
then you
take
see
care of
like
that.
the fucking police reports come out and they said like they literally wrote down like no injuries at the scene.
It's
It's like
awful.
what are you talking about?
Horrible.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
absent paperwork to back up that they.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, we could go on, but
Yeah, so you're
Uh,
seeing that shit. Like, I think that's the good shit. Like, because you can't deny that when you see the like, situationally whatever bullshit. But when like they're filing the paperwork with blatant lies, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's all fucked up.
yeah,
all
it's
real
so fucked up. But there's no way to transition out of
There's
that.
no way to transition.
It's episode 69. With it being 69, we're gonna have to shout out the only
Nice.
goat there is. Doug the Thug Glatt, dude.
Doug
Thug,
the
dude.
Thug Glatt.
Played by Sean William Scott in Goons 1 and 2. A sort of, I don't know what you would call it, it's not like an indie movie. What's his face is the director?
was,
Jay
wasn't it?
Baruchel. It's not really indie director though. He's
Yeah, that's
kinda-
fair. That's fair.
I guess it's indie if it doesn't have like a production company backing, right? Isn't it like the difference?
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I
How
guess
that shit
thinking
works.
back, it's
He probably had one.
it's probably relatively low budget as far as movies.
Definitely
go.
low budget,
For sure.
For what
You
it
don't
is,
need a
but
lot to just tell that story.
what a classic hockey
it's so
movie.
good.
What an iconic hockey character in the lore of the sport of hockey.
Yeah.
There's no other use of the number 69 on a hockey sweater, I think, to ever have any significance.
More
other than
significance.
this
No.
one.
The only one I can think is Greg McKegg. He wore. I just remember seeing that number 69, him on the Maple Leafs, and that's just having the last name McKegg and wear the number 69. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, in real life, that's just having
That's
the name
pretty
Greg
perfect.
McKegg. Having the name Greg McKegg is just bonkers. But, but yeah, no. I mean, Doug Glass.
He
is
was
legend,
born-
dude.
He was born, and his mom looked at the dad and was like, "So what do you want to name him?" And his dad just looked over and smirked.
Greg.
Nice.
Doctor writes down. She's like, no.
He's like, "Don't you do it? Don't you say it?" He's like, "Greg."
All right, Gregory. No. Greg.
Yeah.
Just
Double up on the
Gregory.
G's.
So if we're gonna call him Gregory, then we gotta change our last name to McGreggory.
Gregory
McGreggory.
Oh my God, Gregory McGreggory. They got to do that. They have to make that change,
That's good.
For sure.
dude. But from Goon, dude, the goalie's still my favorite character. Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
Two
Fucking
rules.
Belchy, dude.
Don't touch my fucking Percocets. And do you have any fucking Percocets?
The Russian brothers are just fucking with him the whole movie.
It's always
Is
fucking
beach ball because you could not even stop fucking beach ball. He's like, I'm on your team.
He just always
Does anyone
make
see this
cracks.
shit?
Always makes cracks about fucking his mom.
Yeah.
No way you could. No way, baby, come out of there. Her pussy too tight. No way. So fucking
Dude,
funny.
So fucking funny. Dude.
Is the second one worse than the first? Have you seen the second, dude?
I've
seen
did
part
watch
of
the
it.
second one. I watched it one time, but I mean, I think it was as good. Probably it was a little grander, with the popularity
It
of
was.
the first.
Yeah.
I think the way they did the second one, it had a lot more of like and it was on purpose, but it was like a very like satirical drama feel
Yeah.
to it. They were like
Yeah.
much more intense than the first one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Some of the jokes are really good though.
yeah. The first one's still probably my favorite. I would probably still say it's better.
Much-
I guess I don't know.
It's more rewatchable.
Yeah,
Definitely more rewatchable.
Yeah. Because like you're saying, the second one's way more grand. So there's a lot of, you got to like catch yourself up at the backstory
yeah,
each
yeah.
time. And like, just what a
And then
classic, dude.
what's
So
a-
funny.
What was the name of the best friend's character? What was his fucking name?
I can't remember.
I can't remember his character's
yeah.
name either, dude. How
It's
that's
Jay
so-
Burch is still the director.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
See
I
crew.
can't-
So the best part, the best scene of the whole movie is when they're getting ready to get on the train and he's walking next to him, just like small talking. He's like, yeah, so my cousin Vicky, she's a stripper at this club
yeah.
called fucking Night Court. And she has this move where she drags her coke nail across her C-section scars. He's been telling me to go see her. And, I think I should find it gross, but to be honest, I don't really find it that gross.
Yeah. He's like,
Oh man.
it's so good.
My cousin Vicky works at a club called fucking Night Court.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
Awesome, dude. This is so
Dude,
good.
this-
And,
all
dude,
this-
in the second one, dude, when Doug gets that job at like an insurance company or something,
Mhm.
like he's trying to quit hockey,
Yeah.
and dude from the Daily Show plays the boss, and he has like a enlarged prostate, and he's like trying to go down the stairs, dude. And he's just like, oh. And then he gets on the flat floor. He gets on the ground level. He's like, oh, see, I'm flat. I'm fine. I'm flat. I'm fine.
Oh, dude.
He's like,
it's too
sorry, I got a
fucking
prostate the size of a grapefruit.
funny. Oh my god,
fuck.
dude.
This is so good.
I want to go rewatch the movies now.
Yeah,
Just talking
for
about
sure.
them. Oh,
So funny. But what are some of your other favorite hockey movies, though? On that note,
I
You
mean,
gotta throw Slapshot in there, dude.
got to. I
mean,
mean, the
it's
Mighty Ducks
classic.
is still, the
All
Mighty
three.
Ducks movie.
I don't care
Yeah.
what anyone says. All three.
Damn. Trying to think of another. I mean, what was the Disney Channel show, dude? the
show?
The boys band, Dylan. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
The boy.
Give
It
me
wasn't
more
about
here.
hockey. It wasn't about hockey, but all the guys played hockey. Dude, you
Oh.
watched the show. Like, it's.
I mean, I believe you, but like I'm trying. They were in a
it's
band.
Not, it's like a fucking One Direction thing. Like they were a boy band, but
They played hockey, though?
yeah, it was like
The only
five
show I
boys.
can think of that where any Disney character was in a band and played hockey was
Oh,
It was-
major lag, bro.
it was a Canadian show.
Lag.
Lag.
You weren't lagging on my screen.
Oh, Josh, I think that's just you.
Yo,
man.
this shit is fucked right now.
I think it's just you,
My
Josh.
shit
think it's just
went
you.
to hell, dude. That was the worst lag I've ever had in the history of a video conference call, dude. Holy fuck. Good thing
the
I'm not
best-
recording.
The best part about that though is it's probably going to come through fine on Dylan's recording, and it's just going to.
Oh, it's all going to be
My
fine.
shit's fucked. My shit is fucked right now.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
hilarious. That's hilarious. But what was you were about to name a show, Dylan? What's
It's not the show you're talking about because it doesn't meet all the criteria, but it was Life with Derek. It was like a Canadian
Mhm.
television show that Disney picked up for a little bit.
Jacob goes, yo, Dylan, you used to watch this show where in episode 235 they had said the word hockey once.
Big Time
You remember
Rush.
it?
Big Time Rush. Big
See,
Time Rush.
I was thinking you were thinking Big Time Rush. I never watched Big Time Rush.
You told dude you
It was
you-
Nickelodeon.
I went over to
And-
your house and you were like you had it on. You're like, nah, dude, one of them plays hockey, so like it's cool. I was like, why are you watching Big Time Rush? I swear.
Now
That's
I'll
the-
tell you.
Dylan's
I'll tell
getting-
you. Hold on. One, that was on Nickelodeon. So what
my
I'm
bad,
betting,
my bad.
what I'm
my
betting,
bad.
what I'm betting happened was, and I'm
Okay.
not ashamed about this. I was probably watching Zoe 101,
Coppin, please.
and then that shit was on after, and then I probably said that hockey shit because I was embarrassed. But I never really fucked with
That's
Big Time
it.
Rush.
You knew the
That's it.
characters' names and shit.
I watched
dude.
I watched Nickelodeon all the time. I knew the characters' names.
That's
Oh, man.
hilarious. But anyway,
Anyway,
shout out Doug Glatt.
shouts out Doug Glatt.
Like a nice little like idea for experiment. Like, hey guys, what are some of your favorite hockey movies? Jacob's like, yo, what's that fucking whack ass show you used to watch? And had nothing to do with what you just brought up. But what was
I'm
that
gonna
shit?
derail this whole conversation, dude.
Awesome.
What's some of your other favorite movies then, Josh? We got some
I
time
don't know,
left.
dude. I was really leaning on you guys to come through on this one, dude. No, I mean you got Mystery Alaska, Miracle, others.
Miracle.
Dylan had said Slapshot. That's probably one of my all-time
Slapshot's
favorites, just because
probably
of
my
its
favorite.
classicness. So the
Yeah.
cool thing about Slapshot when they were setting it up, they had and of course now the
Less than a
actor's
minute.
name's escaping me. The lead, Jesus Christ, I can't remember. When they cast him for the role, they sent some guys, some hockey players over to his house.
Mhm.
No, wait, I'm thinking of this backwards. It was one of the Hansons. When they casted one of the original Hansons, they had the lead, who I can't remember his fucking name, show up at their crib because they were playing junior hockey at the time, and just like started like going through their shit, just like, all right, what's your house look like what's your setup look like, so they could like really immerse themselves
Yeah,
in those characters.
that's cool.
Um,
pretty sick.
so I thought it was
Yeah, I didn't
wild.
know about that.
Try to cram all that in a minute.
Oh, you got it, dude. Still
Oh,
got a
no,
minute
shit.
left, dude. We got
We're
still
too
talking.
young.
No, keep
Now
expanding.
we just got
Paul.
time to kill.
Fill this time. Fill this time.
Yo, fuck Natty Daddies. Fuck you, Wes. Fuck you, Carson. Fuck you, Jacob. Fuck you, Bobby. It's on site. Fuck all of you, dude.
He's putting it out there.
Dude, with the names,
How's that for a
you know?
time filler? Hurricanes. They're the North Carolina NHL hockey team that resides
Apparently.
in Raleigh.
And maybe in Charlotte, still haven't figured that out yet.
South Carolina.
All the Carolinas kind of no, we don't claim South Carolina.
The Carolina Hurricanes, Georgia's team.
Oh shit! That's
I
hilarious.
wonder if West Virginia has more Caps fans or Hurricanes fans. They're probably actually, you know what? Let me just stop you right there. They're Penguins fans. What am I even saying?
Yeah, definitely Penguins fans or Blackhawks
sure.
fans.
Yeah,
Or
for sure.
they probably don't watch hockey, but
Hate it. It's probably true.
definitely hate it.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with that team, man.
I mean, yeah, I guess we're still not into any kind of into any phase where we're having players come in and practice. I saw people talking about who the starting goalie is going to be when we first get back. I mean, if you guys have any thoughts on that, which do you think is going to be Reimer or Mrazek to get the start? Because I know we've said it's going to be a hot hand thing, but
So with that in mind, presumably they'll go with Mrazek. Just that's kind of
Probably.
always been the 1A guy.
yeah,
You know,
he
if-
was
if-
here last
assuming-
year.
Yeah, assuming that they're both at 100% or close
Yeah.
to it, he'll get the look, and then from there, right hot hands. It seemed like we were switching him out last postseason, not even like at a result of piss poor effort by either. It's just like, all right, you played 2 games.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
goals
and then
against was-
Mrazek got hurt, didn't he?
Right. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
in general. I think when
Yeah.
they were both, they're still getting switched when they were healthy.
Yeah.
Which is such an unorthodox thing in the playoffs.
Yeah. And unless Mrazek has a noticeably excellent game, like unless he steals the game, I feel like even if we get the win, they'll probably still try to do some switching, get both goalies some in-game reps. But I don't know.
You'd have to, right? Because I mean, consider the fact that just like you're saying, there's been no hockey, and there won't be any hockey until next season. So if your team's in the playoffs or in this play-in round, you got to play, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna get reps, now's the time until next
Yeah.
season.
They're going to have like the
time's over.
training camp, but anyone will
Yeah.
tell you game's different. Game is different than practice. So
It's going to be so weird. We were talking about this. Me and a buddy of mine who's a big Bruins fan at Port Fokker. He brought up an interesting perspective, like talking to a lot of other friends who are different fans and stuff. Most of them are Hurricanes fans, so you don't get a lot of
you
different
don't get-
perspective, personal
yeah.
perspective. And he talked about it from the sense like, look, like they did win the President's Trophy. Like, if let's say it gets to the point where there's no hockey, like they can't finish the season, you know. Do they give out, like he goes, you can't give out the Stanley Cup, obviously. That's
yeah. Do you give out
preposterous.
some
sort of consolation, like more than just the President's Trophy? Say, look, you won the regular season. That's what the President's Trophy's for.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, that thing's meaningless.
Yeah.
So if there's no hockey at all, you know, and this is coming from a Bruins fan, so I could see the perspective. Do you give them some sort of like extra pat on the back?
I don't know if anything would be meaningful. I feel like anything's kind of just a slap in the face, you know? Like the President's Trophy's kind of had a long-standing thing. That's cool to win. But if you're like, and here's your extra participation trophy, then like I just don't see the players or the fans really caring that much. You know what I mean?
I guess that's
Because
who I think it'd only be for is the fans.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be for them.
I mean, the thing, like, I think if they cancel the season, the real weird thing is going to be handing out draft picks. That's where it gets really shitty for a team like the Bruins, who it's like, remember all that hard work you put in during the whole season? It literally only hurt you. You guys are going to get the 31st overall pick. Like,
that's a good point.
So, I don't know. It's going to be – I do feel them, and it's kind of like that for every team. It's like, what did we even do it for?
Yep.
And that
if they
sucks,
cancel it.
but no one saw this coming anyway. We keep saying that, but it does suck.
It's very interesting for sure. I don't know how soon the Canes are going to be able to get back to skating as a team. There's just no indication of it happening immediately anytime soon necessarily.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting.
Yeah. And if they push it back to a certain point, like I'd rather just them be looking like, well, instead of doing a playoff thing, let's look at how does next season start? Let's look at like, you know what I mean? Instead of pushing this like a playoff tournament thing all the way to like December or something, like just.
And we've been saying it, you know what I'm saying? You guys need to listen to us. We're fucking savants out here.
We are. I've always said we're the experts. That's what I've always said, and I'll continue to say it. We know what's going on. Finger on the pulse. Josh is lagging out. The whole thing's falling apart.
For sure. But no, I mean, everyone's finally starting to hop on our pessimistic ship. You know, we had said from almost the jump that like this is not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
There's no indication the virus is doing anything to allow this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just fucking chalk it up to a wash. You figure out how to come back next year strong and fair. And the rest is just tough shit. Like it's just tough fucking shit.
You saw Tampa re-shut down their facilities. They had, I think it came out like 5 people, staff and player, like included, test positive. The fucking all the This You tweets that popped up were hilarious when they were all like jet skiing through the fucking bay and shit, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, man. Because it only like if everyone's fucking healthy and clear of the virus, the only way it stays that way is like you literally have to just go play hockey, be around your team of all people who don't have it, and then go fucking home and then right back. Like you don't get to continue going out and doing all that stuff. So it's just too hard to not let someone test positive. Like it's nearly impossible, honestly, at this point.
Yep. If they're gonna live full functional social lives, I mean, good luck trying to stop them. I don't know. It's a losing battle. It seems like it's definitely a battle not worth fighting. And it's so interesting how like before, you know, when there was a lot more timeline, it was like, all right, let's critically think and constructively come up with all these different ways we can make it work. Let's try this. And now people are like, oh, well, you know, the players haven't even voted yet. You know, the players have. Well, like, then what was all that stuff you were? Why don't we just ask them if they don't want to play? Well, then what do we even? Why do we? So it's all just like it's all just bullshit. Like no one like obviously we care what the players think, but the NHL they don't give a fuck what the
They
players
care
think.
about that. They care about the bottom line.
Yeah, if that was the most important thing, they would ask that first, and we wouldn't even have done all this unnecessary, which I'm calling it that because of the way it's trending to not mean anything. All this
Yeah.
unnecessary planning when it could have been more about like, all right, what do you guys think should happen? Being you're the ones out there. If you
Yeah.
weren't going to ask that from the jump, don't ask it now, especially if they're just going to veto it because
Yeah.
then it
'Cause
was
then
really
it's like,
for nothing.
why? Yeah. Then it's like, why do we even put that time in at all? Did you guys see the NBA? Because they're gonna, from all what I hear, they still plan on continuing. They're all wearing those like smart rings or whatever. That's supposed to be able to like detect the coronavirus, like I guess through temperature and heart rate and other shit.
All kinds of
Like
shit.
like really early, I guess.
Did you also see that the whole thing's in Disney and the top seed teams are staying at the top tier resorts and the lower seed teams are staying at like the shittiest Disney hotels?
I did see that one.
I did not see that.
Just-
that is hilarious.
Just based on accommodation space, right? Like they're
Yeah.
eventually running out of room for these organizations. So to just make it fair, they just, all right, well, you played better. You get the fucking 5-star resort and these.
And there's something that the players would give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's something.
Yeah.
You're the highest rated team. You get first dibs on accommodations. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's something.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay, well, again, just like higher seeds get your play at home, the most comfortable place usually is your own home. In most
The Hornets are going to be at the fucking Disney Motel 6.
It's like they're not going to talk about it, but they're going to be like just outside the actual Disney property. Like,
This is rough, dude.
it's going to be like, so you'll see like the property line in the future. There's going to be one jut out. And it's like, oh yeah, back in 2020, the NBA had to buy an extra hotel for Disney just to accommodate how shitty the Hornets were that year.
Just so we could fucking make them all stay there. Yeah, I mean, just cancel the season.
Yeah.
Fucking cancel it. It's fine.
And also with players like the players testing positive, having journalists come out like naming these guys is pretty fucked up, dude. I don't get like how like I get how you're getting the medical information, but it's like you don't need to blast it out to the world. You know what I'm saying?
And what it kind of helped solidify was that like this guy thought he was the guy. Like, oh, I got the scoop. I know who. And it might have been, maybe it was one of the first few times he knew who was the who in the situation.
Uh-huh.
And so he felt like he had the cards. And now you have these other journalists going like, well, we know this stuff too.
Yeah,
we just choose
didn't
not to
put
say
out.
it because we're not fucked up. And that's just core journalistic integrity. Not that we know anything about it because we're not journalists. Let's make that explicitly clear. We are not journalists.
We're the experts, but we're not journalists.
Yeah. But like, yeah, there's integrity, man. There's a mutual respect to be had. That guy didn't have it for the player.
And if you want to write an article saying don't continue the season, you don't have to name Matthews as a part of that, which I'm only saying that because that's what he did. But
after he dropped the article, he went back on Twitter and was crying that it wasn't getting shared. He like tried to make it like make it like a thing like, yo, people aren't sharing the story. Like they're trying to cover it up. Like the league doesn't want another big star. Like, well, not exactly. Like that's not quite what's going on here. It's more like you are just putting out some shit that you probably shouldn't be putting out.
Yeah. And you can do that story without naming anybody. You could just say a big star.
You could make it about Matthews without dropping his face and name.
Yeah, you could just say you don't even have to say like a megastar on the Maple Leafs got it because then it's like, well, it's literally like Marner or Matthews, like you know what I mean? Like that's who
you were lagging hard as fuck for me, but yeah, I mean, presumably you can just say everything but his name, and like we're not dumb. You're assuming the readers are stupid as fuck if we can't figure that out.
And you can, but even bigger than that, the point can be made just by saying there's a big star in the league that has it. You know, like you don't even have to specify the team, anything like that. But it's like the big star of the league has it, and then the argument with the NHL is trying to cover it up or whatever can be applied if you feel like it's getting buried. But this is because like you don't put personal medical information out, dude. It's fucking it's dumb.
It's really dumb, and I think there's like laws against it and shit like that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
to some extent, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, whoever the doctor is that ran the test, I assume is worried right now because that's where it would come from. Team doctors, I assume.
Yeah,
so
it's a good point.
But
some fucking loudmouth.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Nico Hischier military man.
serving in the Swiss Army, which
Did they give them Swiss Army knives?
dude, I think if they got anything, that's it. We were kind of reading up on the article about it before this, and like they don't get any weapons. The sports soldiers, I guess, is what they're called.
Sports soldiers.
They don't get access to any weapons, and he sure was talking about how tough it's been since since joining the ranks, dude. They do push-ups at night. That's tough. It's him and 6 other hockey players is his unit.
It sounds like a CrossFit camp.
And he was like, and I decided to join because with everything happening, I didn't know where I could work out, and I can't do it at home. So I joined the military to get their gym.
Full disclaimer. We would never say these things about the American military. It's the only reason why we're making these jokes.
For sure. And it's still honorable. It's still honorable.
Yeah,
but it's just like
him talking about it. Yeah. You're
him
about
talking
to
about it is hilarious. When he was like, "It's pretty strict." Last week we picked up our clothes, and there was the army, and that's what he said. We had to stand still and stuff like that. Like what? It's like, bro.
That's awesome.
It's like, what do you? Oh, and again, it's the military's required there, and it's great that he's doing it and everything.
I think that's a cool ass thing. They have that. I mean, it's the most neutral country in the history of the world. But you can, that you can. It's a small enough population too. I think where you can have forced conscription like that, and they don't really see a lot of action. So it's just all about making young. I don't know if they have women in their military. Hopefully, if they want to join, you know what I'm saying. But I think it's just about making young adults accountable.
Yeah.
That's what the main thing is. That's all it is.
Because there's a lot of young adults out there with no accountability, and
you just keep this man, Jacob. You don't miss.
There's a lot of people.
Fuck those guys.
A lot
dude.
of people need to be doing push-ups at night, bro.
Seriously. Fuck those guys. You sit there, you fuck it up, you fuck it all up, you fuck up the vibe, you fuck up the chemistry, you fuck up the whole flow. And then when we call you out on it, it's not your fault. And we get told we got to do things to help fix it. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck your entire self, dude. Go fuck yourself, dude.
For sure.
Oh my God, man.
Absolutely.
It's like, it's straight up. It really is. It's just a bunch of children, baby ass children who either have never had a part-time job or maybe never even had a fucking list of chores to show no mature accountability.
Yeah.
And it's not even that serious. Like we're talking some real basic subconscious courtesy type shit.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. Thanks. That's the level of just manners we're talking about.
Yeah.
That shit is non-existent with these bums, dude.
For real.
Bums.
Bums. But yeah, I guess so. With back to
ask me
Nico.
if I'm fucking mad.
Hey, Josh, you mad, dog?
Yeah, I'm fucking mad.
Dude, but Nico, I guess he's knocking out. I guess they have a plan for athletes because with the whole required military thing, he's going to do these 18 weeks for this summer. Then for the next 6-7 years, it's 3 weeks every summer he has to go out and do whatever he's got to do. I guess
I saw the picture of him. I saw the picture of him in his fucking camo and shit. Dude's jacked.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Growing into himself. Because how old is he now? Is he 21?
Dude, I don't know.
It's something. He's still young. He's still very young.
He came into the league of pencil,
He did.
He's growing up. But
he's just like we haven't done much army stuff yet. We just kind of have to show up to the place in uniform. It's the quotes he's putting out. He's not even trying to hype it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this shit is so hilarious.
Good for him, man. It's good.
Oh, for sure.
I think too. The whole thing was he had the option to postpone it, or I think there's even exception status for some folks, and I think he opted to put himself in it. Now than later or whatever. So that's cool. Good shit.
For sure.
And
on to some dark shit.
It's on some dark shit. Kind of the really last big news piece, I guess, if you can call it that. Daniel Carcillo. Who was the other gentleman?
It was, I had it on the, damn it. Give me a second.
Ex-WHL player? Former WHL player?
It was Garrett Taylor.
Daniel Carcillo. They're both part of a larger group of folks who are putting together a class action lawsuit against the CHL and its franchises teams.
Yeah, the
Um,
WHL, the OHL, and the QMJHL.
for some pretty serious abuse allegations.
Yeah, yeah,
From everything emotionally, verbally, physically, it goes on and on.
yeah. Which they had reported already back when it happened. They reported it to the higher ups, and apparently, literally nothing happened about it. Like they got brushed under the rug and fucking. Yeah, it's some
And
real
from
fucked
some of
up
these
shit.
stories, it seems like there's cases where general managers and coaches and
We're in
higher
on
ups
it.
were involved and knew about it, and participated. So I mean, to that, of course, it got swept under. So terrible. The thing about this is, it's good that it is a class action lawsuit because it allows it to be documented,
Yeah,
put on paper that gets recorded somewhere, and it's more than just a story. It's more than just an article. It's more than
Yeah.
just a news piece. And then from there, that's something that can create actual charges. You're
Yeah.
much more likely to pull actual charges out of that.
yeah.
And
Get
so
some
then
real change. You know what I'm
getting some
saying?
real change.
Like
So
everyone
yeah,
says,
it's a really important thing.
the only way to get change is to attack the pockets of these organizations. That's the only way that anything happens, because they're not going to change if their bottom dollar is still getting met. And I think
Yep.
it's important also to note that Carcillo and Taylor also played in different leagues at completely different times too. So it's not even like these. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's showing
Yeah,
that
I
how
understand.
widespread it is. So
Yeah,
it's super fucked
and
up.
we think we know too, to some extent, just as guys who have been involved in sports as kids, or like, Dylan, you're in a frat. We think we know, and we have an idea of like hazing and things like that. Some of the shit that they talk about in this class action is some shit that I've never even imagined people would be doing to other people as hate. Like, I think I knew what hazing was, and apparently I don't, because this shit is different shit, man.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
real fucked up shit. I don't know if there's any sort of like petitions or things to sign for this, but definitely like go like educate yourself on this too, to see what's going on in these junior leagues with these fucking with kids, dude. Like with fucking kids. Imagine if that was like your fucking 15-year-old out there chasing his dream, and it's just like it's fucked up, man. It's real fucked up shit.
I think kind of with that, because I think, the immediate question is like, well, like, why is this happening, or why would anything like this happen? These kids are like you just said, Jake, these kids are chasing their dream. They're being completely taken advantage of and manipulated to do things that in no other situation they would ever do. But they're so stuck and focused on their passion, and rightfully so, to that extent of it, that people are taking advantage of it. And for for power, for sick laughs, I don't know what else.
And when you have the fucking, and this goes back to the Akeem Alou shit too, like it's all together. When you have the higher ups in on it, when you have the higher ups fucking the people like where the chain of command you're supposed to follow that they put in place to have these things reported and taken care of ignores it. It's like there's,
imagine how alone.
Yeah, and you're a kid. Like a lot of these kids aren't living at home too. They're living with like families who are housing them. Like it's all just so fucked up. It's all just so fucked up.
For sure. What a shitty time we're in general,
Yeah.
I mean, to keep it a buck, this is the most like depressed I've been in a long time. Just in general.
It's very bleak. It's very bleak, but it's also, it's hopefully you see actual change on the other side of this, and that's how.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
When people are like, I just wanted to like go back to how it was pre-pandemic, it's like, brother, like, nah.
There's no going back.
This is one of those.
This
is going to be something that if the world doesn't explode in the next 6 months, that I'd like to see how history remembers it. I want to see like this is one of those things that, I'm going to be able to look back on and be like, I lived through that, through a pivotal time in my life too. You know what I'm saying? To see how it's written about is going to be super, super fucking interesting because you
Yeah.
see how things have changed
There hasn't
as it
been
comes out
another.
now.
There hasn't been another thing, and obviously, there's a lot of our issues are not just this countryside; they're global issues. But
Yeah,
take like 9/11 for example. That was something that shook the entire country, and I don't like whether it brought us together or not. Whatever, fucking, it
it was a
solidified
moment.
in American history, right?
Yeah,
I feel like this is that if you can put it on any sort of scale of just crazy and out there and just with the shit that everything's going on, this is that next moment.
yeah. I hope
Pandemic,
it's the fucking
civil uprising,
oh yeah, fucking
civil revolution.
The way the blatant militarization of the police force, dude. Like it's gonna be real fucking weird, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy,
So-
man. Our president's fucking dude. And I know we don't talk a lot about politics, so I saw some clips from that rally, dude.
I didn't even, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even.
The
I
one
didn't
thing
even
that
look
like
at
the
it.
one soundbite that just totally fucking was crazy, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. He really went on there and he goes, when you do more testing, you get more positive results. So I told my people to stop doing as much testing. He really said that on live TV.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And like,
dude, didn't he say? Dude,
like,
did
what?
he not say I've caught 100% of ISIS? Is that not a real thing that he fucking said on that podium, dude? I swear to God.
He said that last night too. That was,
dude,
that
I
was
swear to God, yeah. Yes,
100%?
100%, bro. Oh.
There's no more ISIS over there.
We got them all.
100%.
100% of them.
This isn't your fucking projection chart.
We got a head
Your
count of
hotel's
them at the
income.
beginning of the whole thing, and it was like a video game. We just had to check off objectives. We 100%ed it, boys.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh my God, dude! What a fucking it's just all just a gag. What do you say, Squirrel?
I was just singing "God Bless America,"
Oh,
but doing it real solemnly.
but it is. It's all just a big. It's not that there's not serious matters going on, but in terms of how one can internalize it all. You know what I mean? With everything, like with the pandemic, with politics, with everything going on, social justice, with a bunch of fucking entitled little pussy assholes, all that shit put together, fucking, it just is. It's exhausting. It's so exhausting. And it's really easy to look at me, hear me complaining about that, and then go, well, imagine how XYZ feels. And I'll be the first one to be like, I know. Like, I don't know, but I hear you. And I'm with you. But goddamn, is this shit exhausting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I want to go back the way things were before, because like you said, it can't, and that's probably a good thing. But man, I hope it does end up better than right now.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
But at least we have alcohol. At least we have things to numb the pain. You know?
And that's what's important at the end of the day.
You are not coming here to get the sound advice. Like, this is not we're not the insight. We're just
not the
telling
insight.
you how it feels.
We are the experts, but we're not the insight.
Experts on nothing.
Yeah, we're experts on.
But we are
absolutely
experts.
nothing.
Or
Experts
that's
on
still
it.
an expert. Like,
Yeah, you want to talk about nothing? We got you. We can talk all day.
Got you,
the
fam.
ins and
All
outs
day.
of everything.
I
that's
don't think
not-
Dylan's looked up at the camera in like 45 minutes.
No, he's got way more important shit. He's always like, no, I can't look things up, dude. I got to focus on these timestamps. And he's over here
Clash
on fucking
Royale
Clash
battles.
of Clans, dude. Clash Royale and
Jesus.
shit, dude.
You're
not even
playing a good game.
Cold. I'm not playing Clash Royale.
It'd be one thing if you at least had like COD or something up on the screen or something, dude. But you
No,
don't.
he's just giving whatever
That
that
would just be
TV
rude.
show is free press, dude. That's all he's doing out here.
I think
man.
that's just kind of like the Netflix run
Free
through of-
press, dude. Bleep that out in post, Josh. No, no free ads, dude.
No free ads.
No free ads for Netflix.
Yeah. They're looking for people, dude. They're a failing company.
What a shitty fucking platform Netflix is, dude. They're so trash.
They're
They're so fucking trash, bro. I'm out here fucking. I'm just mad and angry at everything and everyone, dude. I want all the smoke, no friends. Fuck it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Bitter and angry, dude.
Yeah.
What else is there to talk about?
Yeah, man. I think we covered it, dude. I think we
we
covered
did.
pretty much everything. At this point, cancel the season. Fuck it. So I want to see
cancel it.
hockey more than anybody, but cancel the season.
Like, who's actually really gonna be mad? Like, they're gonna say, "All right, it's done," and who's really gonna people are gonna be on Twitter. People are gonna complain online.
People are always on Twitter.
Who's gonna not renew season tickets? Who's gonna not?
for
You know what I
real.
mean? Who's gonna
For
burn
real.
a jersey? Like, you won't. You really
Yeah.
won't.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Not at all. Not at all. But I think we got it covered, man.
Jacob, dude.
What's up, bro? I was just waiting for the cue, dog. What we got?
Yo, where can they find us online, dude?
If you want to find all our bitter, pessimistic rants, hit us up at Talkin Sauce Pod. No underscore. Respect the underscore. Cancellation Cup. I guess when this comes out, you won't be able to watch Sunday's game, but streaming Jacob JAYCOBBB 77. Get me JAY_COBBB. Don't forget the underscore. Josh, where to get you at?
Teebs, TEABZZ.
Dylan, where they get you at?
You can find me on Reddit, Tbagsyoumum 69420 lowercase x capital X. Figure it out.
Shouts out the fathers.